Hello everyone, Mr. Nacho here, and today I have something great for you. It's the Corrupted Savior. It has 100% crit chance, it melts everything, and I absolutely love it. And we are at the Chamber of the Faithless, just because the sky at Ward 13 is all red and I don't like it. So we just defeated OTK. It was very quick, we almost one-phased him, but well, it is what it is. Let's just get right into the build. So right now we just have the standard Hunter Gunslinger build, but the change is that we are actually using the Hunter's Focus because it was buffed very heavily. The activation time was buffed by 50%, so you only need to aim to activate it for half a second, which is absolutely insane. And whenever we are focused, we get the weapon spread, recoil, and sway reduction by 50%, 25% ranged damage and ranged weak spot damage, and 10% ranged crit chance, and it lasts for 20 seconds. We can of course prolong it for even longer if we hit the weak spots, which is absolutely easy with this gun because it fires like a madman, and also applies mark, which increases our crit chance by further 15%. So we are actually overcapping on the crit a little bit right here. So we are actually getting 105% crit chance even without the fragment, which is the crit chance fragment. So we actually have the range damage, range crit damage, and fire rate, which is absolutely huge. The armor that I'm wearing is purely fashion, but it is Elder Headdress, Bruiser Bodyplate, Night Stalker Pants, and the High Noon Arm Guards. I think that it looks incredible. When it comes to the weapon and star of the show, we have the Corrupted Savior with momentum on it, of course, and I will explain how the mod works in a minute. It just basically means that the more stacks you have, the faster it fires and the less recoil it has. You don't ever want to use your mod. You just never press the mod button and you are perfectly happy. When it comes to the secondary class, we have the Gunslinger because we actually appreciate more ammo, we appreciate faster reload and the fire rate that it gives us. And also Bulletstorm gives us even more fire rate and reload speed, which is absolutely insane. When it comes to the Amulet, we have the Nightweaver's Grudge. We activate it by having the Atonement Fold on us, which gives us another 10% crit chance and inflicts bleeding. The great change that they did for the Atonement Fold is that you no longer can hear the bleeding, you no longer have to hear your character say, the bleeding won't stop. They actually removed this from the game, so this ring just has all the upsides that it ever could have. It's absolutely fantastic and I love it. We have the Xania's Malice because this is a full automatic weapon and it fires extremely quickly, so we'll be able to stack it up in no time. Probability Cord because we have 100% crit chance whenever we activate the Hunter's Focus, so it's just purely 30% damage increase. And then we have our preferred ring slot, which is right now there is the Hardcore Metal Band in here if you want to be a little bit more tanky, because it gives us 5 stacks of Bulwark with the Atonement Fold active. But if you want to deal even more damage, then I would recommend going for the Devoured Loop, simply because it will give us the Bulletstorm back extremely quickly and efficiently, and also whenever the Hunter's Focus inevitably runs out, you will have it back as well. So this is a fantastic setup. The traits that we have are the Longshot and Ammo Reserves because of the archetypes that we are using. The Swiftness, Regrow, Fortify, and Triage, 8 points. It's great for all of the survivability that we could have. Same with Vigor. Spirit and Expertise, they are decent, and we basically only use Spirit to increase the mod generation for our Nebula. We have Harmonizer on our Nebula. And the change that they did to it is that the Nano Swarm that you can activate also applies Corroded. So you can actually just pop the mod whenever you are out of range, and whenever the Nano Swarm actually attacks the boss, it will apply Corroded, so we will deal 10% more damage, which is huge. If you are gonna go with the Devoured Loop, then you don't really need Expertise, and you can change it to something like Footwork, which is extremely useful with the Hunter's Focus, so you can sidestep most of the incoming damage. Handling is good, just because if you don't have the Hunter's Focus activated, it will just be easier for you. But then again, if you just want to use the Devoured Loop build, you'll have your Hunter's Focus all the time, so you are welcome to change it to anything else that you'd like. And then Fitness, just because evade distance is always important and good. Endurance, 2 points because we had to take it. But wait, there is more. There is one other thing that I wanted to mention. It's that the Atonement Fold, just by itself, does damage to us, but it's the damage that the game thinks that we do. So whenever we have the Corrupted Savior equipped, the stacks on it never decay. So you can just keep being at 5 stacks all the time, and never have to worry about it. Just as long as you don't use your mod, you will be at 5 stacks permanently, which means that your weapon will be at maximum capability at all times. If you do not have the DLC and you don't have the Nightweaver's Grudge or the Devoured Loop, there is another version of this build that you can run, and it looks like this. It's more default, it's something easier for others to build, I believe, and it's still very strong. So nothing really changes except for the amulet. We have right now the Necklace of Supremacy, which just gives us 25% increased damage. We have the Akari Warband, simply because every 15 seconds we will dodge anyway, and we will have to reactivate our Hunter's Focus, but it's just half a second, so it doesn't matter. Then we have the Probability Cord, Xenia's Malice as we used to, and then we have the Cataloger's Jewel, which automatically generates 8 mod power per second, which actually means that whenever we have the fusion cannon stacked up, it will counteract all of the decay that the mod has, so we will also be at permanent 5 stacks at all times. You can even see right now, because we changed the loadout, it actually went back to 0. But whenever you leave the World Stone, you will be at 5 stacks. So you can see it's counteracting the decay. It's actually even generating mod power for us. So over time, we are just becoming more and more powerful until it reaches 5 stacks, at which point we'll be at maximum capability and maximum damage, and it will just stay this way as long as we do not use the mod. So this is all for the introduction. I'm extremely happy about this weapon. It's so powerful, it's insane. I will have some boss fights prepared for you so you can see it in action, and I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, have a great day.